All right, we'll just get started here today. First off, thank you everybody for coming out, student athletes, staff, president. Exciting day in women's basketball history here. Absolutely no one came to listen to me talk, so we'll just go ahead and pass it off right now to our Vice President and Athletic Director, Christina Roybal.
Good afternoon, everyone. So today is another great day for the Norse family. Thank you so much for being here and for being here as we welcome back Jeff Hands to NKU. There are a lot of people that worked behind the scenes to put today together, and so I'd like to take a minute to thank them, starting with our president, Dr. Katie Short-Thompson, for providing the leadership and the support that allows us to make great hires like Jeff. I would like to thank Sarah Pruess, our Senior Associate Athletics Director for Student Services and Senior Women Administrator, who assisted me with the search process from start to finish. Dr. David Agard, our Faculty Athletics Rep, who assisted Sarah and I with interviewing candidates. And Grant Garber, Vice President for Legal Affairs and General Counsel here at NKU, who helped ensure that we had everything in order to construct an agreement. And thank you to all of you and our NKU athletics and campus staff members that helped put today's press conference together. When conducting a search for a head coach, particularly in this day and age in college athletics, you want to move swiftly yet thoroughly to make sure that you find the ultimate best person to lead the program and represent the department and the university. We had many candidates with various levels of experience, many with head coaching experience interested in the position here at NKU. And we were able to interview many great candidates and bring finalists to campus. Jeff stood out as the head coach that has built and sustained tremendous success at various levels. And regardless of what level you coach, a winning percentage of nearly 90% is very difficult to do. As the head coach at Thomas More, he led his teams to 8 conference regular season titles, 8 conference tournament titles, 11 national tournament berths, 2 NCAA Division III national championships, 1 NAIA national championship, 2 NAIA national runner-up performances, coached 2 National Players of the Year, and was named National Coach of the Year himself 3 times in 2016, 2019, and 2022. In further conversations with Jeff and while on campus meeting with the team and various staff, we could see Jeff's ability to prioritize relationships with the team and alumni, to adjust to the changing dynamics in college athletics, and most importantly, Jeff's emphasis on academics and his commitment to helping student athletes prepare for future opportunities upon graduation. Sitting across the table from Jeff, he answered the tough questions with humility, and you could tell immediately that his life's work is about developing players and building a family and championship culture. And finally, Jeff brings to NKU his love for Northern Kentucky, and he is well respected in the community. Jeff is no stranger to Norse athletics, having worked as an assistant coach for legendary coach Nancy Winstall. He has a great foundation in women's basketball and respect for the legacy that Nancy built. And Jeff is passionate about building another championship caliber program. It's an honor to welcome back to the Norse family as the next head women's basketball coach at Northern Kentucky University, Jeff Hands.
Thank you, Christina. How's everybody doing? Good? I'm great, thanks for asking. Just very grateful to be here in front of you today. Very excited to be named the next head coach at Northern Kentucky University and to lead this program. It's a great honor. It's a privilege that I don't take lightly and will not take lightly as we move forward. Got to do the thank yous because there's a lot of important people and I'll probably miss somebody, so I'm sorry if I miss you. It's nothing personal by any means, but thank you, President Katie Short-Thompson, Christina, Sarah Pruess, and the administrative staff for the opportunity that is given to me to be the head women's basketball coach here at Northern Kentucky University. Your vision across all levels for all of our students here at Northern Kentucky University is unmatched, and it's something that I look forward to having our program and our team strive to live out each day. A couple people that helped get me started coaching in a lot of ways. Coach Jerry Sheevy from Wilmington College. He got me started in college coaching right after I graduated from Wilmington in 1999. Shouldn't have said that because it gives you my age, so not smart on my part, but part of it. Hired me as a part-time assistant, and from there it just kind of took off. And then Coach Nancy Winstall, legend here at North Kentucky University, two national championships, and Jane Meyer helped start this as well. They had a graduate assistant, first time ever to be a graduate assistant coach, and I was chosen to be able to do that, so it kind of got my feet in the door here at Northern Kentucky University back then. And then Coach, I must have done something okay because she hired me back later on as a full-time assistant to help her out from 2008 to 2011. But both of those two coaches, in their own ways, did things differently. But what they did was they mentored me in how I can run a program and the philosophies that I could take going forward to my own situation to be successful. I mean, when you follow coaches and you learn from coaches like that have won national championships at Division II, and Coach Sheevy won one at Division III, you got a pretty good foundation. And I'm just very thankful for them as they helped me really get started in this profession. The Thomas More family. A lot of great people at Thomas More University. Sister Margaret Stallmeyer was a president when I was hired there, along with Director of Athletics Terry Connor. Took a chance on a young guy 13 years ago, not knowing what would happen, and a program that was established. And to have that opportunity to go there and be a head coach and be there for 13 years and do the things that we've done. I don't know the win percentage, okay? She said it. I can tell you there's 42. That's the only number I know about, and that's the number of losses in 13 years. I don't know how many wins. I don't care about that part of it. It's the losses, and it's a lot of the people that helped me get there. It wasn't a Jeff Hands thing by any means. It's the players, which I'll talk about in a second, but it's the administration, it's the staff. It's not a one-man show by any means, and it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be a one-man show here. It is everybody involved within the program that helps these young ladies that are sitting down here to my left, your right, be successful. And that's what's happened over there. It's a lot of great people. It's a great institution and near and dear to my heart in a lot of ways. And then the players at Thomas More, all my assistants at Thomas More, thank you, because without them, I wouldn't be standing here today. Their sacrifice, their dedication to the program, the hard work that every student athlete goes into, but to be able to do it year in and year out, the way we've been able to do it over there has allowed me to be successful, and I owe them a lot and very grateful for everything that they have done for me. And they're great people, and that's what it's about, just the relationships that you create with those young ladies so that you can go and see them later on and they can text you. I mean, you guys know my phone's been blowing up. You guys are, it's good, great stuff, but I know I got a lot of text messages to get through later on, so we'll do that at that time. To my family, thank you. My wife and Stacy's down here, my two daughters, Kaylin and Kira, my mom and dad, Mike and Terry are right there. Story about 13 years ago, probably longer than that, 15 years ago. Kira was young. She'll throw me under, I'll get yelled at when I get home, and that's okay. She was young. Victor's not here, so that is a good thing. Because when I first got here, the arena was just built. We were playing here, and Victor would come through the stands, and Kira would try to get as far away from Victor as possible. So thanks for not having Victor here today. That way she can sit there and be okay. See, I'm getting that look. See, I told you guys earlier, I get the look at home too. All right, so you guys are going to give it to me. But coaches' family, they sacrifice so much time away recruiting, time away with the team, but they're fully engulfed in the university. They'll be fully engulfed as a Norse fan and Norse supporter and everything that we do and other athletic teams. And that's important, and that's the reason we do it. And it's great to have young ladies that can mentor those two growing up, because they looked up to our players at Thomas More. They looked up to our players even though they were 1-3 or 1-4 at the time here, just to have that leadership, that person that they can, I want to be like them, I want to be like them. That's what we want to have. That's all the thank yous I got. So again, if I missed you, I'm sorry. Relationships are big. Christina said it. I'm big on how my relationship with our players and how we can turn things around and be successful going forward. Number one value for Northern Kentucky University Athletics is integrity. We will have integrity in everything we do, in how we act. We will be honest. We will be truthful to each other. I'm excited to get out there and work with all the coaches. It's great to see some coaches here from the athletic department today, and thank you for coming. All right. We will be at your games. We will be there at your games, okay, and to support you. And I just look forward to connecting and creating those relationships, because I can learn something from soccer. I can learn something from volleyball. I don't know if I can teach you much about basketball or anything like that, but we'll try. But that's the camaraderie within the athletic department that's important to our program here at Northern Kentucky University. Any former Lady Norse that's out there, you're welcome back anytime you want to come in and watch. Anytime. You built the place, whether it's Division II or Division I, you built it. All right, you're always welcome to come watch practice. You're always welcome to come games, come hang out in the office. We'll talk to the team. That's important that they know where you came from and what you did, because at some point in time, I want our current roster to sit down here, to come back in 10 years and talk to the current players and let them know what they went through, because they lived exactly what our players are living right now, and that's important. The community, we will be out in the community. Okay, you got to be seen, you got to be visible, whether it's on campus, in the campus community, then Highland Heights, Northern Kentucky, everything, because again, we are role models. The game of women's basketball is outstanding right now. It really is. The ratings that took place in the NCAA tournament, so we have to live off of that and make sure that they know NKU women's basketball and who's there, whether it's through camps, whether it's just through speaking engagements, whether it's getting out to schools, just different things. I mean, just to be out there with those young ladies, because it can also teach our players, our young women, a lot of valuable lessons. It gives them some leadership. It gives them things to do that is important for their future. If you can establish those type of relationships, it's not transactional. It becomes transformational, and that's important. That's what we want to do. We want to transform the lives of these young students, student athletes, as much as possible, so that they're prepared for the future and their careers, and to go be great Norse out there every single day. Now the reason we're here, let's talk some hoops. All right. Man, I couldn't find it last night. I was searching like crazy. But there was a long time ago, there was a YouTube video of people standing in this spot right here in the press conference, and it was all clipped up. And these guys were sitting there saying, fast, up-tempo, fast, fast, fast. I mean, it was just a YouTube video that they spliced together. And I was always sat there thinking, man, if I get the opportunity, I'm not going to sit up here and say fast. I'm not going to say our style play is going to be up-tempo or anything like that. I just thought it was crazy, because then I went back and looked at the stats of those coaches. I'm like, you average 65 points a game. How is that fast? There's no chance. So when you leave here today and what you see when you come back in November, we're not going to play fast. We want to play fast. We want to try to, okay? But it's going to depend on personnel and where we're at and what we're doing. We want to play. We want to make winning basketball plays. Winning basketball plays. Okay, that's the important thing. All right, we can do that. Now, how do we do that? Relationships, big part of it. All right, I already talked about a lot of that stuff. Creating good habits. What are we doing in practice on a daily basis? What are we doing in the classroom? Do we slouch? Do we sit up? Do we interact with our professor? Do we interact with our classmates? It's going to be the same thing. Any way you carry yourself over there, you're going to carry yourself over here. And it's the same thing. If you're good here, you're going to be good over there. If you struggle in the classroom, you're going to struggle here because it's all intertwined. And so to make that repetition happen, that's how we'll make those winning basketball plays. It's going to be very important. Another thing that you're going to see is connection. We're going to be connected, both ends of the floor, offensively, defensively, and how we want to play and be there for each other. All right. You guys have all watched a lot of basketball. You've watched a lot of sports. You watch football. You watch tennis. Not one player ever wins games. I've not seen. I mean, LeBron's won a few championships, but he's had teammates to help him out. Okay, everybody's got to be together. You know, we met with the team this morning, talked to them about how we huddle and how we close the fist because we're together at that point in time, and that's what we will do every time we meet. We got to be one unit at the end of the day. We'll be tough. Toughness is a big word. Okay, that you can go on a bunch of different ways, but we'll have toughness about us. We'll be tough to score on. We'll be tough for other teams to defend. It can go mentally, physically, but also emotionally, not worrying about the past, staying in that moment. And every day, now I can't remember how Macy asked it this morning. How'd you ask it? I don't know. Well, I'll tell you. I told you. I said, she asked a question, and I just said, go be great. Just go be great every day. Yes, you want to be consistent. Or how consistency? And it's just go be great. Okay, and to do that, we're just going to be relentless in that for that perfection every single day. Are we ever going to achieve perfection? Probably not. But we're going to darn try. We're going to try to stay hungry as much as possible. And that's what we want to do every single day that we're in here in the gym together or outside. X's and O's, yeah, ideally we want to play. We want to go up and down. We want to score a bunch of points because that's fun. But again, we're going to make those winning basketball plays. How are we going to do that? Space and pace. Play with good space, have good pace with what we do, and use concepts that we can teach our players. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're here for, to teach them how to play the game. All right, how to be a team, how to be a unit. So every job now has teams, and that's what we want to be a part of. How to teach them to play with confidence. You know, again, you guys see 2 days a week with games. We're in the gym four other days a week. Okay, that's when the real work's done for us. We just want to go put on a good product. All right, put on a show for everybody that's in the stands as much as possible. Defense, yeah, we like to pressure a little bit, have some full court stuff, and help play fast, play with that up tempo, create turnovers, make easy plays like that. But we don't want to give up easy baskets. We got to control the tempo as much as possible, so that we can put ourselves in position to be successful. I'm looking forward to this opportunity, looking forward to what is next, and what is next is I don't have any idea, but I know I'm here with good people. I know I left Thomas More with good people. I know I'm here at North Kentucky University with good people, and that's the biggest thing. That's the most important thing right now at this time, and we'll figure it out, because what that will do is help us to lead to the opportunity to go win Horizon League championships, and that's the ultimate goal right now at this point in time for us. Go Norse.
Perfect. All right, we'll open it up to the media for some questions, and then immediately following, for anybody who needs some one-on-ones, we'll just do it off to the side over here. So who would like to go first?
Jeff, welcome. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Evan. How you doing?
Doing great.
Good. Great answer. Like it.
Beautiful day out, so can't complain. Just being a head coach at basically every level now in college, how has those transitions really prepared you for kind of what lies ahead here now?
Well, it's prepared in a lot of ways, because there's a lot of things you have to do at the Division III level with recruiting, mass recruiting, because you got to get numbers without scholarships. There's a lot of things at NAI that you have to do, and you don't have the resources. Now you got some resources. You have the staff, the assistants, the director of ops to help you, so that you can concentrate on making sure I can make sure that our players are in the best situation to be successful academically and on the court. And so the basketball is the same. I mean, yes, every year level, the athleticism increases, the size increases, but I don't know. You still see people running flex offense. You still see people doing the basic stuff. So I mean, there's those things that are X's and O's and concepts like that we're going to be fine on. It's the other things that have really prepared me for this opportunity and this chance right now to make sure that we can work to be successful.
In your 15 years, how has women's basketball changed, evolved, and how has that impacted you?
It's evolved in a lot of ways. I mean, I think the game is much faster now than what it used to be. Players are so much more skilled. I mean, just look at this level. Look at the show that those guys put on at the Final Four and throughout the whole NCAA. And I shouldn't just put it to that point, because the NCAA tournament was really good, both men's and women's. But the women's Final Four was outstanding. The women's national tournament was outstanding in how the level of play. I mean, when you have mid-majors knocking off Power Fives and then being close to getting into the Sweet 16, that says a lot about where it's come to, the depth of women's basketball. Yeah, you still have the South Carolinas and you have the UConns. I mean, it's Power Fives. That's how it's going to be. But this level can go make a run. Green Bay hung in there for a little bit against Tennessee. You know, didn't play well late, but I mean, that's part of it. That's where the size and athleticism kicks in. And it's for me, it's changed how we want to play. I mean, you got to stay up with the Joneses in a lot of ways, and keep being aggressive in how you play with your style.
Hey, Jeff, when you have a good job and you're having great success the way you were, and I'm sure you're living very comfortably in a position where you're comfortable coaching in, how do you know it's time to leave when you're having the kind of success you were having at the level you were?
Joe, when the opportunity comes, you know, and you got to take advantage of it. You can't sit back and wait, because you don't know if that opportunity will ever come again. And so that's why when this job came open, I just felt like it was the right time to make a move to come here to be a Norse. And there's a lot of great things at Thomas More, but this opportunity here, I could not pass up.
Coach, good to see you again.
Brady, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. I feel like I should ask you for an opening comment, but you've already done that.
Yeah, I did that one.
All right, Coach. Kind of piggybacking on what Joe asked, I mean, you and I have talked a lot over the years, and I've always had the vibe with you at Thomas More that you were probably going to stay there forever, man, to your retirement because of how happy you were and the culture over there. I mean, what exactly about this place through the process made you decide to make the leap? Because I'm sure it was a big move, even though you're only 10 minutes away from where you just came from.
Brady, that's great thoughts, and yeah, you read into my answers a lot when we do those pregame shows for Thomas More. It's I don't even remember what you said now, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. What about this place? Yeah, what about, yeah, that's what it was. You rambled on a lot. You rambled on earlier, and then you finally got to the point. Okay, I know, but I missed the point. I was listening to the rambling, which is what I usually do. That's why those pregame shows are not award-winning. But this NKU, it's Division I, the challenge, you know, kind of maybe a little bit on Joe's question there too, not just the opportunity, but the challenge to be here and build the tradition back at a different level. I mean, it was a lot of NCAA Division II level tradition at that time, and now we have an opportunity. And like sitting for 25 minutes with Dr. Short Thompson, listen to her vision and listen to her talk and her passion about the students and where we're going, and talking with Christina. Make this the best mid-major program in the country. Let's do some things to where we can get to the NCAA tournament first. We got to get to there. I mean, we can't run before we walk or even crawl. We're not crawling yet, and we have to do those things. But the opportunity, the area is great. The area is outstanding to recruit to, for people to come here to NKU with the education and everything that we can do. And now let's add the basketball side of it as well. So that's what drew me.
with the current state of college athletics, how fascinating is it with just the transfer portal and every single year having to recruit your own players as well as go out and recruit and that dynamic?
Evan, I think if you ask the coaches that are here, they're not going to use fascinating as a term with the transfer portal. They're probably going to say overwhelming, nervous in a lot of ways. But it's interesting. I mean, and I think you can flip it real quick with the portal and add some experienced talent, experienced players here that we can go get to help us right now. And then, yeah, you have to spend every day recruiting your own players as well. You know, and I think that's where the relationships come into it, that they can trust me, trust my staff, that to know that we're here for them. And if you can do those type of things, then that's when you have the program. And that's, you know, that's where we're going away from in college athletics in a lot of ways because of the portal and how things are set up. And that's just, it's the nature of the beast, unfortunately. But I think we can do that here and keep the program alive.
All right, I think we're all set then. We'll get some one-on-ones going off to our right here, but just one more time, round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you.